Even there were these horses hanging out in the middle of the road, drinking from a stream that crosses the road. And even they were like smiling at us. It's just far out here. It's so far out. You can't imagine. It's pure. The mode of goodness is predominant here. Just like in most cities, of course, the mode of passion is the main mode, and ignorance, but here it's the mode of goodness. So everybody is very pious. They're like demigods, they're going to the heavenly planets. And those are all our neighbors, So, yeah, there's a few drunks and crazy people and that like that, but you get that anywhere. The predominant mode here is goodness, and so we're very much enjoying being here in this association. So, before I start talking about Vedanta, are there any questions about our new place or about coming down and visiting or anything like that?
Can you reach that?
Huh?
Can you reach the water?
Can I reach the water?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Thank you. Well, that's what that other chair was
Yeah, I can still put it there.
for. Yeah, I'll put it here. No questions?
Oh, is there a stream nearby?
Is there a stream? There's 5 waterfalls in this town. And we haven't been to visit them yet, so they're probably back up in a little bit. But there's a stream that goes right next to our place.
What is it? Oh,
Who's asking?
Never.
Neville, yeah. The stream goes right next to our place.
What is the drinking water situation?
Oh, you can drink any of the water. The water here is fantastic. It's pure. I mean, you can go in any stream, anywhere, and just drink the water. And none of us has gotten sick from the water. Once we had some old food and Florian got a little sick, but we never got sick from the water. We've always had, we go in all the water. We go in the lake, we go in the waterfalls, we bathe in the streams, we drink the water from the streams. It's amazing. The water just comes right up out of the ground here. Even in the middle, right now we're at like the hottest part of the year. We're just past the hottest part of the year. And normally, everything would be dried up. But here, the water just comes up out of the ground all year round. It's like there's a water table or, a reservoir in the ground itself. And so the water is good and it's flowing, it never gets stagnant. All year round. This is one of the best kept secrets, this place, It's just because it's at the end of the road and you have to really want to be here to get here because the road is a real challenge. But if you have a good 4x4, you can get out here and it's just amazing, just beautiful. There's more question?
Is the electricity supply regular?
The electricity here is better than in Mexico City. Mexico City, it seems like every 2 or 3 days there's a power outage of, an hour or more. Here, we've only had one power outage of more than an hour, and that was after a big storm. Something must have got knocked out by the wind or so. But other than that, it's just been steady. And the quality of the power is also very good. In Mexico City, there's a lot of spikes and brownouts and stuff like that. We had to get power conditioning equipment for all the computers. Here you don't need it. The power is very, very steady. Any more?
Is there much problem with snakes?
Snakes?
Man-eaters.
No. There's some little snakes about that long, and they're kind of nasty, but you don't see them in the villages. You don't see them in town. If you go out, in the boonies, then you'll see them. Or if you're like right down by the lake and cutting brush or something, you might run into one. That's what we had before. We had a couple show up at the camp. But now that we're moving up to the village, Benito Juarez, we're like right in the middle of the village. So even though we're in the middle of the village, there's so much land around the house, you can't see any of the neighbors' houses. It's completely screened by vegetation. So we're in a much nicer situation. I mean, I just can't believe it. No, there's one or two snakes around here that are dangerous, but mostly they stay way out in the boonies. No rattlesnakes or anything like that. Okay?
Yeah, for now that seems to be it.
Okay. So let's go on. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamhayam Dadati Swapadantikam. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Rupa Goswami, who manifested the mission of Lord Chaitanya to deliver all living entities from the ignorance of material consciousness, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So today I'd like to continue talking about Vedanta Sutra. Last week we talked about the first sutra, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. So this week I'd like to talk about the second sutra, Janmadyasya Yataha. Janma means taken birth or emanated from. Asya means from who, and Ataha means everything. So Janmadyasya Yataha is the second sutra. And it means, just like the first sutra, the meaning is, let us now inquire into Brahman. The second sutra means, from whom everything has emanated. From whom? Not from which. It's not the third person, or it's not the third person neuter. It's the third person personal. From whom? So Brahman, the root substance, the source of everything, is a person. Has to be a person. Because we are persons. And can the source from which we have come be anything less or have fewer qualities than ourselves? That's nonsense. Actually, we see that, for example, when parents give birth to a child, the child has less qualities, less energy, less knowledge, less power. So when the child is born, he is always less than his parents. Or the sunshine is coming from the sun. But if you take a ray of sunshine, even though the sunshine is similar in quality to the sun, it's much, much smaller in quantity. So we see in everything and everywhere that we look that the source is always superior to that which is created from it, that which is emanated from it. Similarly, the soul, the spiritual living entity, is subordinate to Brahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have less qualities than he does. So how is it possible for him to be impersonal? This is a nonsense idea. This is a crazy idea. Insane. Because every day we see in everything that the source has more qualities or more quantity. And in the case of God, it's both. He has more quantity and more quality than any other being. That's why he's God.